Today's episode is brought to you by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kayla Cockrell with today's Free Press Voice Briefing. It's Tuesday, January 10th, 2023. If you're looking for some great reads, you'll find them among this year's Michigan Notable Books list, from mystery to memoir to fiction that ask, what if? In this list, compiled by the Library of Michigan, there's a young adult rom-com and a picture book on architecture. There's an autobiography by one of the Four Tops and a biography of a Detroit hip-hop artist whose influence forever changed music. Discover the story of one of pro wrestling's most mysterious figures, or dive into Zingerman's journey to worldwide brand. Memoirs include one by a mother who lost her daughter and another by a daughter who lost her mom. You'll go into Detroit's urban history and through the Upper Peninsula, discovering stories of Native Americans and Arab Americans and what it's like to live as a lifelong stutterer. The diversity is downright breathtaking. Not that it's planned. We have no formula. It's not like we say we need one kids book or one nonfiction book that features diversity, says State Librarian Randy Riley, part of the committee that selected the titles the past 2 decades. The committee, a dozen Michigan librarians, reviewers, historians, and the like, poured over 250 titles this year. Each book, published during the previous calendar year, must be about or set in Michigan or written by a Michigan author.
I'm Frank Witzel with the Detroit Free Press. The former Eloise Psychiatric Hospital, which has been the backdrop for a Halloween haunted house attraction, is set to undergo a $4 million renovation with state funding for a development that will turn the abandoned Westland eyesore into a new restaurant, bar, and hotel. Is that progress or a crazy, irreverent idea? Catherine Grabowski said she believes such a development could be really insensitive to the living and the dead. There's still many people who remember the hospital before it closed in the 1980s, Grabowski told the Free Press. Some, like her father, had loved ones who were patients there. The Canton resident urged the developers to respectfully honor and memorialize the building's history, not exploit it. She called herself a ghost skeptic, but added, if there are spirits in the building, this is a terrible way to treat them. The Eloise project proposal, which has evolved over the years and gotten mixed reviews from residents, recently received nearly $700,000 redevelopment grant from the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy, mostly to help remove blighted structures and contaminate soil from the site, the agency confirmed last week. Over the years, leaking underground storage tanks, which caused the petroleum-related compounds to leach into the soil and groundwater, had complicated redevelopment. The Eagle Grant is aimed at mitigating contamination risks. When completed, the project is expected to create up to 100 full-time jobs and 100 more seasonal ones. Westland Mayor William Wild, a lifelong Westland resident, said Monday that he understands the desire to preserve the history of the Eloise, and that's why there's an exhibit about it at the Westland Historic Village Park. He added he also understands the concern about a haunted-themed hotel. But the buildings he added have been vacant and in disrepair and decay for decades, and it makes more sense to reuse them than to just tear them all down. Moreover, he said the developer, who has been working on the project for at least a couple of years, seems to have addressed many of the residents' concerns.
I'm Andrew Hammond for the Free Press Sports Department. Some news out of Ann Arbor. Michigan fans, he's coming back. No, not Jim Harbaugh. We still don't know about that situation. However, running back Blake Corum is returning to Michigan for another season. Corum was on pace for a potential Heisman Trophy run until an injury in late November cost Corum a shot at the Heisman Trophy, and perhaps his absence may have impacted Michigan's loss to TCU in the Fiesta Bowl. This past season, Corum carried the ball nearly 250 times, rushed for over 1,400 yards, and 18 touchdowns. With Corum returning, that will surely put Michigan on most, if not all, of the too early top 25 lists to begin next season.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com.